Some people think that the jump from the Eredivisie to the Premier League is going to be a difficult leap for Arne Slot, who just officially became the new Liverpool manager. But with recent reports emerging, supporters now think that the Dutchman has an even more impossible task to perform. Let us explain. The well-respected journalist Paul Joyce spilled the beans during Slot's announcement day, saying the new boss is tasked with improving Darwin Nunez, who the club continues to back. As we said earlier, some people think that improving the Uruguayan might be an impossible job. But hold on, if you think that is the case, you might be unfamiliar with Slot's ability to get the best out of his players, especially his strikers. That's why in today's video, we're going to bring you some examples of forwards that Slot turned into literal goal-scoring machines, and we'll also speculate on what he will do to take Darwin Nunez to the next level. But first, if you enjoy this kind of content, please do smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool deep dives. Let's get into it. So in case you're unaware of Arne Slot's ability to improve players, we highly recommend you watching our video discussing multiple examples of players that the Dutchman helped to reach another level. From left back Malacia to Kushu, who transitioned from a number 10 to a number 8, or even to a pivot under Slot. But since Darwin Nunez is our main topic today, let's focus on strikers who have exploded under Slot's management. Let's take you back to his time with AZ Alkmaar in 2019, where he went toe-to-toe with Ajax Amsterdam for the Eredivisie title. If it wasn't for the COVID outbreak voiding the season, he might have done the unthinkable and actually won the league. Back then, AZ had a young striker named Myron Bodo, who showed huge potential during his academy days. Unfortunately for him, his career stalled once he made it to the senior squad, suffering multiple injuries that sidelined him for extended periods and limited his minutes at the top level. But that was all about to change when Arne Slot took over in 2019. With the new manager's guidance, Bodo established himself as a key player in the AZ side, leading the front line and playing as a number 9 in Slot's 4-3-3 lineup. It's safe to say that the then 18-year-old set fire to the opposition defences, scoring 14 goals and providing 8 assists, helping his side put in that historic title charge. But hold on a second, Bodo's goals weren't limited to the domestic league. He scored 2 goals and provided 3 assists in the Europa League qualifiers, playing a key role in helping AZ reach the group stage, where he also netted 4 goals and got 2 assists to his name. So how did Slot manage to help Bodo explode? Well, we dug up some quotes from the striker himself to understand the manager's methods. Hear this out. Bodo stated that Slot was consistently working with him, addressing every possible detail that could help the young striker improve. He mentioned that Slot would even point out a wrong step to the right or left the player made during a game, and fixing those little details made a big difference for the forward. Bodo also said that Slot helped him improve his positioning in certain moments, which elevated his threat in the final third. It's all about the fine details for the Dutch manager, as he is known for not wanting to miss anything when it comes to his side's performances. Now, Bodo isn't the only striker who enjoyed working with Slot. There's also Danilo, who is currently at Glasgow Rangers and who joined Slot's Feyenoord from Ajax ahead of the manager's title-winning season. Despite not being the first choice striker, Danilo managed to score 10 league goals in the 2022-2023 campaign. In the season before, he only scored 2 league goals with Ajax as he struggled to get any game time. Again, Danilo emphasized how much importance the manager gives to details, saying that Slot would always take him aside to give him one-on-one feedback to elevate his levels. Both Bodo and Danilo also highlighted Slot's great personality and ability to communicate effectively to get his points across, which is an essential tool for being a great man manager. Now, for our final example, you've probably heard about this player and might even want Arne Slot to bring him to Liverpool. We're talking about Santiago Giménez, the man on fire for Feyenoord in the last 2 seasons. If you look at the Mexican's numbers of 49 goals scored in 86 games for Feyenoord, you think that he's always been a prolific goal scorer who hit double digits in every season. But let us tell you, that is absolutely not the case. During his time with Cruz Azul in Mexico, Giménez scored just 21 goals in 105 appearances. It's true that he wasn't a regular starter for his former club, but come on, his best tally was 4 goals in 15 appearances back in 2020. That's why he's basically an unknown when he first joined Feyenoord for just around 6 million euros. But it didn't take long for him to become a goal-scoring machine. Let us explain how. In Slot's first season at Feyenoord, primarily striking duties were split between on loan Cyril Dessers and former Brighton and Hove Albion striker Janon Basquez. However, neither truly inspired, and Feyenoord's top goal scorer was actually midfielder Gus Till. With Giménez joining during Slot's second campaign and the club not taking the option to make Dessers' loan permanent, responsibility fell to the Mexican. Slot made him the main man at the club. He was averaging a goal every 4 games in Mexico, but that was improved to roughly 1 in 2 games since he was working under Slot. Talk about transformation. The player has shown that he's potentially a world-class striker in the making. Under Slot's guidance, he became the first Feyenoord player to score a hat-trick against Ajax in Amsterdam. After scoring his first goal in that game, Giménez told journalists that it was due to the plan Slot had specifically devised to exploit space behind Ajax's backline. Those who watch the Eredivisie will note how Giménez has become the type of striker Slot likes, one who presses from the front, this wasn't really a part of Jimenez's style before he joined the club. The young striker once stated that as a person and a coach, Arne is complete, confirming once again that the Dutchman is a great man manager who knows how to communicate with his players. But hold on a second, Slot might have just been using a method that we ourselves discussed in a recent video we posted. Bear with us a second. We put out a video explaining that Darwin's poor finishing is more of a mental issue rather than a technical one. To illustrate this, we gathered footage of his misses and paused at frames where the Uruguayan was about to take a shot, analysing his surrounding body posture and other details. Believe it or not, this exact method is what Arne Slot uses to improve his forwards' finishing ability and to rebuild their confidence when things aren't going their way. Slot is known for using footage in front of his strikers and stopping the videos just as the player is about to shoot the ball wide, analysing the situation to help the player understand and learn. Now, we're not saying that Klopp didn't use this strategy with Darwin, as we don't have VIP access to the training ground, but what is certain is that Darwin will benefit from a fresh and different perspective with the Dutchman taking charge. In Slot, Darwin will find a manager who will understand him, communicate effectively, and deliver the necessary information, dedicating time to work on every little detail that could elevate the striker's level. We all know that Darwin is not a bad player. Even his haters know that deep down. He's full of potential and has the ability to become a world beater if put in the right circumstances. That's why we believe Slot's guidance will play a crucial role in helping the Uruguayan explode. But outside of his man management skills, training, and analysis methods, how else could Slot improve Darwin? Well, we have some speculations here. Before we get into them, remember, we're no oracles, and we don't have exclusive information on how Slot is planning to use Darwin. These are our thoughts based on the player's ability and on how the manager likes his strikers to play, so let us explain. By now, we all know that Slot likes to use a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 formation. In the front line trio, the number 9 is usually the one who initiates and leads the press. That's why Jimenez ranks first in the Eredivisie compared to other strikers when it comes to defensive duels won percentage. And obviously, Nunez perfectly fits this role, and the stats back this up. The Uruguayan ranks in the 96th percentile among other forwards for tackling in the final third, with 0.50 tackles per 90 minutes. He has the engine and physicality needed to play the pressing number 9 role that Slot wants in his side. Not only that, the manager wants his number 9 to be a bulldozing, relentless player with the ball, and of course we all know Darwin's eagerness when it comes to attacking the penalty box. Here you can see how close Darwin and Jimenez are when it comes to the offensive duels, especially in winning percentage, as both have around 33% of offensive duels won. The similarities don't end there. When it comes to touches in the opposition's box, Darwin averages 8.83 per 90 minutes, while Jimenez averages 8.16. We're highlighting these similarities to show that the way Slot used Jimenez this season could also work if Darwin was playing under him. This means that Nunez will find it easier to adapt to the manager's preferred style of play. Another key detail to mention is that Slot wants his number 9 to remain in central areas, which is different from Darwin's tendency to occupy the channels. You can see how deep and central he was this season. So will that help Darwin? Probably. By no longer being the main player tasked with stretching the opposition back line, playing more centrally will put him in more dangerous positions, meaning he will be at the end of more chances. Now, of course, Darwin's finishing issues remain. As we mentioned, Slot will work to solve this problem on the training ground and with a one-on-one approach with the player. But what if this never happens? What if Darwin's finishing is a hopeless case and keeps missing easy chances more frequently? Well, there might be another solution, so bear with us. Slot is not unfamiliar with improving players by changing their positions. Malacia became the best left back in the Eredivisie under him after being used in a more inverted way in the midfield. Another example is Kushu, who used to be a number 10 but was converted by Slot to become the best number 8 in the league, helping Feyenoord win the title due to his performances. So what does that mean for Nunez? Well, Darwin is not afraid to take on defenders and can carry the ball into dangerous areas. He has the pace to exploit wide areas with and without the ball, and is also creative enough with both feet, being ranked in the 92nd percentile for expected assists among other strikers in the top 5 European leagues. So what if Slot decides to use Darwin on the left wing, a position that the Uruguayan has a natural tendency to drift into even when deployed as a number 9? We keep saying it again and again, Darwin has a high ceiling. If he reaches it one day, there will be no doubt that he will be a terrifying player to face, and if Slot manages to unlock this potential using his man management style and meticulous ways of pointing out every detail, we might finally see a better version of Darwin Nunez next season. So what do you think? Do you believe the new boss will help unleash Darwin next season? Or is the Uruguayan a hopeless case and the club needs to move on and bring in another forward instead? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed our deep dive, please do smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.